Welcome back. E loves I am of elovesiam.com, and as always, you can find me on all social media. E like elephant, love like the love you have in your hearts, I the pronoun, am. So come holla at me. Come get familiar with your girl. So this week on relationship goals, we're talking about the Heauxness Check. And for all y'all who don't know, relationship goals is a segment where we talk about relationships, no matter what kind they are. Your mama, your cousin, your sister, your auntie, your best friend, your no friend, your boyfriend, whatever. We talk about it here on relationship goals. So I was scrolling my timeline, checking out some things on Facebook, and I actually saw that Rick Ross proposed to his short-time girlfriend, Lira Galore Mercer. And for all of y'all who are like, who is this? I mean, most of y'all probably know who Rick Ross is, but he's an American rapper. Ugh, I'm the biggest boss. Yeah, that's the best I can do for you on that. And then Lira Galore, she is an Instagram model, essentially. And so they've been dating for, I don't know, I don't keep up with it like that. But the thing that annoyed me was that they got engaged, and people were talking about the engagement and how she posted her. I mean, have you seen that rock though? Look, I was like, I don't know about that Rick Ross, but y'all, I seen that rock and I was like, whoa. Anyway, it really annoyed me because in the midst of all that, all you really saw was people talking about her past. And I mean, you have people talking about she's a gold digger. You have people talking about it ain't gonna last. But mostly people were talking about her past. And for most people who don't follow it, I just started clicking links after I saw people saying, oh, you know, she smashed the homies and she did all this. So I started clicking links, and I see that she has been attached to 4 other people who actually were high visibility, and the people have ties to Rick Ross, so they're within his circle. And the way that she's tied to them is because she's taking pictures with some of them, but some of it was never confirmed that she was actually like dating this person. I think except for one, like she might have been living with one of the guys, and then they said Drake stole her away from that guy. But all they really have to say is that she took a picture in a bathroom that had like similar granite tile compared to Drake's condo bathroom, and so they're smashing. And possibly they could have been. And then she took a picture with Justin Bieber and like a few other famous people, Meek Mill, which is signed to Maybach Music. So people are calling her a homie smasher. They're telling Rick Ross he can't turn a hoe into a housewife and all this stuff. So it really got on my nerves, because I'm like, I don't know her personally, and you know, I see some of her pictures and you know, it look a little sus. Like, yeah, that title might be befitting, but hey, I don't know her personally. But why is it that all they can talk about in the midst of the engagement is a Heauxness check? They need to check her Heauxness, and it's her. Nobody is talking about how many people Rick Ross has been attached to, which he's been attached to so many other females. It's like triple the amount of females that have been linked to him. Famous females too, way more than 4. And that's just talking about the ones that's linked, because you know, we talk about the rapper persona, and again, I'm being like the people, but this is what you talk about in your songs. Just like this is what Lyra posts on her Instagram of like booty out pictures and stuff, so people assume she's a hoe. So I can make that same, if I'm taking that same logic and apply it to Rick Ross. It should not matter what is dangling or what is not dangling in between my legs that you get to call people hoes. For me, hoedom is bestowed upon anybody, regardless if they're a man or a woman. There's hoes, we don't even need to say male hoe. Fine. It's an equal opportunity label. That's all I'm saying. Because my thing is, I don't want to be with a guy who's been with 50 billion women. You know, I don't even think there's 50 billion people. Well, I don't want to be with a guy who's been with an excessive amount of people, and that's just my preference. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that if you have, but that's just what I prefer. And if you have been, then we don't need to talk about it if we dating, because I my mind starts when I'm like, oh, he did like that, and then my mind just goes someplace it shouldn't be, and then makes it hard for me to relate to you. I have to work really hard not to think about it. So whatever. And to some people, for me, they'd be like, hey, you know, you're not married, but we ain't even gonna go there. Y'all need to know my business like that. But anyway, what I'm saying is, why is it the female that has to go through a Heauxness check? I actually looked at a study from the University of Michigan when they asked people how many sexual partners they have been with. And on average, the woman, they were asking people about in their 40s. The women at that point said they have been with about 8 different men. And the men, on average, said that they had been with 30 women by the time they got to 40 years old. That's more than triple. That's more than triple the number that these women of the same age range have been with. But the women with their 8 would just be like, you guys are hoes and you're old hoes because you're 40. But the guys, it's like, oh yeah, you know, he's just a man. Just because that's the status quo to like look the other way when men be doing hoe activities or they winning the hoe Olympics, does not mean that it's okay. Like, that's how you keep the status quo the same. You don't change by saying it's not right, but it's a double standard. No. A hoe is a hoe is a hoe is a hoe. So this is what I have to say. It's like, don't check my wholeness, check yours. And I feel like maybe Lira Galore and Rick Ross is a relationship goal we should aspire to. They know each other's past, but they're accepting each other. Okay, I don't know, I'm getting too far. I'm saying aspire to. I'm not saying that. I don't know these people personally. I don't know their life. But I'm just saying, wouldn't it be nice to be able to be honest and tell somebody everything, and someone to know about yourself, and they still love you and they still want to build with you and they see the beauty of where you are? So that's why they're on relationship goals this week. I'm not saying that you know, the flossing and the big booty hanging out and all that is the goal. I'm saying that you can be honest with someone and they can know your past and they don't judge you and they love you and they accept you for who you are. For all I know, by the time this video posts, they'll probably be broken up, but guess what? At least in that moment, they had that honesty. And he trusted her and she trusted him. So everybody who was hating probably never even had that a day in their life. Stop doing Heauxness checks. Check your own wholeness. Don't check nobody else's. Peace. Subscribe. See y'all later. He loves I am. Come holla at your girl.